Well, the head of the electrical union spoke exclusively to KITV4 News tonight. He says the union decided to strike because during a negotiating session this afternoon, HECO managers said they had to run the latest proposals past the company president, and they wanted to break for the weekend. Well, KITV4's Keoki Kerr is live with that part of the story now. Keoki?
And Paula, the head of the IBEW representing the strikers walking behind me tonight, says Hawaiian Electric President Dick Rosenblum has attended just one of about 40 negotiating sessions that the company has held with the union over the last 6 months. And the union accuses Hawaiian Electric of unfairly delaying negotiations. Striking HECO employees walked the picket line outside the company's Wai'au power plant tonight. Just some of the 1,300 unionized employees who went on strike at 3 power companies on 5 islands. In an exclusive interview with KITV4 News, IBEW Local 1260 business manager Lance Miyake says union members feel it's unfair for them to face cuts in benefits when managers at Hawaiian Electric and non-union employees are getting raises.
It's pretty upsetting that they're asking them to take a cut and they're getting bonuses, they're getting stock options. You know, the stockholders are getting their dividends, and it's like everybody's getting something except the guys who are doing the work.
He knows the public will be upset that workers walked off the job when thousands of Oahu residents are out of power.
People are angry, but who are the ones that fix the things that's broken? It's our guys, and they were working. They only stopped because they stopped negotiating.
Hawaiian Electric Executive Vice President Robbie Alm said this.
I don't believe on either side there's been game playing around the schedule. I don't believe that. I think we've been trying to formulate decent counter proposals for each other.
The union says management tried to split the membership, cutting pension benefits for employees 45 and under, but keeping pensions the same for those 45 and older.
One of the things on the table we asked them to consider was a 1-year contract, no raise, and no takeaways. So it's not about money. They said no.
Hawaiian Electric is using its non-union supervisory personnel and contractors hired from Hawaii and the mainland to fix outages in Ewa Beach, Waipahu, and elsewhere.
Clearly, it's going to be slower. We have less crews to deploy. I do want to ask the public for its patience. We are obviously not at full staff and are having to prioritize the work.
Now we're back here live on the picket line on King Street tonight. A Hawaiian Electric spokesman told me just a couple of minutes ago that Miyake's characterizations are one-sided. He says that the president of the company has been deeply involved in negotiations through representatives, and he would not confirm whether he actually only personally attended one of those many dozens of negotiating sessions over the last 6 months. Now, if the union wanted to speed up negotiations, the strike appears to be having an effect. The union says before the strike earlier this afternoon, Hawaiian Electric managers claimed they wouldn't be able to sit back down at the bargaining table until Monday. But once the strike began, Robbie Alm told reporters that management would like to go back to the bargaining table as quickly as possible, like maybe this weekend or even tonight. And a Hawaiian Electric spokesman told me that the management has, he says, quote, reached out to Lance Miyake personally to offer up their willingness to negotiate at any time. But so far as we know, no specific negotiation times and places have been scheduled as of now. That's it for me, live from King Street. Back to you, Paula.
All right, thank you, Keoki. Now, if you need to report an outage in your area, here are some of the numbers you can call on Oahu. HECO's phone number is 548-7961. Again, please keep in mind that the repair times could be longer than normal. The other numbers for the neighbor islands, we'll have it all on our website at KITV.com. And joining us now is labor attorney and arbitrator Mike Nayokis. And Mike, we've been hearing people's fear that if power outages keep going on, it becomes a pretty desperate situation. Does it become such a problem that somebody could force these workers back?
No, that would take an injunction from federal court. And in the 30s, the Congress passed an act called the Norris LaGuardia Act, which prohibited injunctions against legal strikes, and this is a legal strike.
So they're out on the lines as long as they want to be out there on the lines.
That's right, yes. Paul.
Now, you heard in Keoki's package, they were claiming that the president's only sat down from HECO at one of the bargaining sessions. It's from someone who's taken part in these types of situations, is that something that's unexpected?
Well, it's better to have the decision makers in the room if you want to reach an agreement, and it's a common tactic to take a decision maker away from the negotiation so that the parties have time to consider what the other side said, think about it, take it back to their boss, and then come back to the table. And but it's that kind of strategy makes for longer negotiations and not as certain a settlement.
All right, it's going to be interesting. Yep. All right, thank you very much for being with us this evening.
Thank you.
And we'll keep a watch on what goes on with this strike of Hawaiian Electric.